everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video. I really hope you're doing well, and I'm going to be taking you through what is happening as it relates to the latest in terms of weather activity, the rainfall, even a storm system which is moving through parts of the US, which has been inducing a lot of heavy rain. We'll be delving into that, the wind forecast as well for the Caribbean, the rainfall forecast, and the latest earthquakes across the region. We'll be looking at the most recent ones to occur, which were actually yesterday. And also, unfortunately, a plane crash which happened. Now let's get straight into it. We're kicking off with that flight yesterday. So it happened in Bakia, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and all 4 occupants have died, which includes the pilot and an American family of 3, an actor, I believe, and his 2 daughters. Now, reports state that the plane was actually experiencing difficulties not too long after taking off and plummeted into the ocean. And the nearby fishermen and other personnel who witnessed the crash actually went to inspect the incident and offer any assistance, but unfortunately, all occupants have died. But as it relates to the latest earthquakes across the region, those were recorded yesterday on the 4th of January. Very early in the morning, there is the epicenter of it, which is marked near Anegada, the island of Anegada. There we can see it. It was an estimated magnitude 3.7 earthquake and was probably felt across some areas, but that is in the hours when most of us are sleeping. So some persons might have felt it, others may not. And it wasn't a very strong earthquake either. It was actually a light shaking and an even lighter shaking later in the morning yesterday. Another one happened within that same general area near Anegada and the other British Virgin Islands. So that's the latest in terms of the earthquakes. Not uncommon. It's a very active area. Occasionally there's a stronger shaking, but most times the earthquakes there are weaker than magnitude 4. Going on to the weather conditions, here is a look at the Atlantic basin. We can see the storm systems moving through that one out there in the Atlantic, another which is impacting the U.S., which I mentioned. We'll be taking a closer look at it soon. But then as we look toward the Caribbean, much is not happening at all. There's an abundance of drier conditions. It's been sunny, but also windy for some of us, and we'll get even windier as we head throughout today. Let's take a closer look at the U.S. Gulf Coast, and here we can see all of this activity moving through with that storm system. It's been dumping a lot of heavy rain. There's been the threat of tornadoes, those strong winds moving through as well. And that is only going to be spreading further to the east for other eastern states as the system makes its way through, and areas up further north will likely experience some snow. And this pattern is likely going to be continuing with these storm systems moving by and bringing with them the inclement weather conditions. So please be mindful of that, of course. That can pose a threat to life and property. And sometimes when these fronts are strong enough, they help to influence weather activity across the Caribbean. Now, how about the rainfall? This is the forecast as we are going to be heading through the rest of today and into tomorrow afternoon at around 12 p.m. or thereabouts, and it's from Euro. Now, as the map becomes more colorful, that is indicative of more rainfall, but we're seeing mostly these gray and these green shadings across portions of the Caribbean going toward the Bahamas and even for the Turks and Caicos Islands as well. So a lot of rainfall is not expected, of course, for some areas. There may be some downpours, some showers moving through sections of Trinidad, going toward Jamaica, Cuba, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, even sections of Central America, especially as we head toward Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama, and down into some spots in northern South America. But then as we head toward, as I said, the U.S., a lot of precipitation is forecast. And areas such as Louisiana definitely feeling a lot of the impacts, the heavy rainfall, those severe thunderstorms moving through as well. Eventually other areas such as Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee, and heading further up to the northeastern states. Now, as it relates to the wind forecast for the Caribbean and surrounding areas, here we're seeing a lot of these purple shadings and some spots of those blue shadings as we're going to be heading into later this evening. So across the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos Islands, going toward Cuba, the Cayman Islands, even for some of us in Jamaica, parts of Hispaniola over toward the Caribbean coast of Central America, which includes the Bay Islands of Honduras, as well as the Keys of Belize, going toward San Andres, Providencia, offshore of Colombia, the ABC Islands, and even the Windward Islands will likely be quite windy. So winds are going to be kicking up. And with that, there's a lot of sunshine as well, aside from those occasional passing showers. But that's going to be the general kind of weather as we head through the rest of today and into tomorrow. But of course, I'm here to keep you guys posted on everything that is happening, and I'll continue to do just that. So my next update may be in the afternoon tomorrow around the same time as now. So that is pretty much it for this video, and I really hope you found it to be quite informative. However, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll respond to you when I can, and remember to always be weatherwise.